Chicago. I am heading to Washington, D.C. I'm at the Midway Airport, guys. You guys, it's like different. I have to pay by distance, I think, on the train. I don't know, I'm a city girl, so let's see if I can figure this out. Classic me. I went the opposite way, took the wrong train. Oh, okay, good thing I only like found out after like 2 or 3 stops. Okay, so heading north, not south of the airport or whatever. I should have known that. That was like my first guess. I don't know what I went south. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, taking the correct one to downtown Largo. Hey guys, so I fully landed in DC and I'm in my hotel now, and it just feels so good to be in the East Coast, but it does feel different because I've never been here before, never been to DC before, but you know, being East Coast fatty and everything. And first impressions, just like walking to the hotel from the train station, I don't know, the sidewalks for some reason reminds me of Chicago because they're so wide. And some parts do remind me parts of like Boston, kind of, in little bits of Chicago neighborhoods. I think I'm staying in a nice area, like really conveniently located, and it's such a like convenient walk from the train station. The whole commute from the airport to the hotel was a breeze, but it is kind of weird that they charge you by the distance of how far you go, train wise. Like the farther you go out, the more you get charged. So that's kind of weird, but I'm not used to that. So yeah, I thought to give you a little hotel room tour before I call it a night. Once you step in, you're greeted by this like really cute entrance with this like nice painting, and here it is. It's really spacious for a hotel room. Cute little couch. I love a little couch, because you want to kick back when you come back from like your adventures. And there's a desk and everything, and a nice big TV, and a lot of like counter space for storage and stuff like that, which I love. And here's the bed. It looks like it's like a queen or something. I don't even know. It's huge. And it's gorgeous. And I think they said they upgraded my room or something. And here is the bathroom. Ooh, so closet. Ooh, some robes and a little safety box. Let me see. Turn on the lights. Oh, okay. Cute. It's like little like, I don't know, it's like luxurious, moody, gothic-y or something. That's like the vibe. Well, it's kind of like vintagey, retro vibe too. So yeah, that's the hotel room. A nice mirror. So yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. Do a little recap of why I'm even in the city at all, and just go about my day and take you guys along with me. So see you tomorrow. Hey guys, happy Saturday. I am so ready to get my DC adventure started. And why am I even here? Let's start from the beginning. It's because I just need to get away from my usual environment in Chicago. I need a break from the city every now and then. And currently, this is like the perfect time because I just need a reset for my headspace. I need to clear out some like smoke and thought pollution in my head. I've been like kind of like ruminating some stuff that hasn't been serving me well. So I thought like a new environment would give that. And yeah, and last year I went to New York for a quick weekend getaway around the same time in the spring of last year. And I really liked that. A little exploration, just solo traveling, and I want to recreate that same experience. So I decided to check out a new city, and DC I never been to before. Obviously, it's known for so much of like historical sites, cornerstone of American history, where all like, milestone events have taken place, and also the monuments and stuff like that. And it's also known for the museums, and they're free. And apparently, I didn't know that the Smithsonian Museum is a bunch of museums under one umbrella. So it's a collection of museums under the Smithsonian overall name. So I'm gonna structure my day going to like 1 museum per day or max 2, because I feel like
even going to one is a lot since there's like so much to like learn and just soak things in. So today my days are going to be structured very loosely. What I have planned for today, I am going to go to the African American Cultural Museum, the Smithsonian one, at 1 p.m. And then at 7 p.m. I have a moonlight tour, and that's just going to take you around the National Mall, which is like basically like all like the whole stretch of all the monuments and buildings and everything like that by bus. So it's gonna be really nice, and they're gonna have, you know, talks and everything, so you actually get to learn. So yeah, let's go, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. God, the greenery here is so lush, so different from the nighttime. I didn't even realize that. You guys, I spotted the White House, and this is the Treasury Building. So the Washington Monument honors George Washington, and it was one of the tallest buildings in the world when it was completed in 1884. Here is the World War II memorial, and there was a group of veterans that came together for a photo, and I bet it was a really meaningful moment for them. And these columns here represent the states and territories under the U.S. And here it says, "Here we mark the price of freedom." This beautiful view is the Lincoln Memorial. Oh, that is so cute! It's like the Lincoln Memorial. And why am I just now remembering that Abraham Lincoln is connected to Illinois? I read that he was raised there, and we have a neighborhood called Lincoln Park, and there's like a mural of Abraham Lincoln on one of the buildings. That's the view of the Washington Monument from the Lincoln Memorial end. Now heading to the African American Cultural Museum. I think the design of the building is so pretty, especially the interior. As you can see, like the exterior part, this is like lattice type of design, and apparently the design is supposed to pay homage to the ironwork of enslaved African Americans. That's what I read online. Here are some things I want to remember from the museum, such as this photo of MLK. And I really like this exhibit showing how African Americans have overcome their struggles, especially the heavy activism that they played a part in. And the visuals of this exhibit was really cool. It really stood out to me. The Chicago Defender exhibit was really informational for me because I learned a lot about how the policies back then has created segregation within the city. This is so cool. It mentions Bronzeville. The Chicago Defender was located in this neighborhood for decades, and it's so funny because it's actually been on my list of neighborhoods to visit. I haven't gone yet, but apparently there's a tour. It's a tour conducted by this like viral TikToker, and yeah, I really want to go now. Parts of the museum I really enjoyed was showing the cultural identity of Black Americans, such as HBCUs, Black colleges and universities that have very distinct feel and traditions to them. And professional sports is huge within the community. This is a really cool exhibit showing all the famous Black athletes. The cultural expressions exhibit was really cool, really well done visually, and you just really get a feel of how much influence that Black people have played within our culture. Really like this quote. It says, "God created Black people and Black people created style." Yes. Parts of the exhibit, you get to really see a cool way of how they show Black musicians, famous Black musicians and artists, and how Black people have really molded our music in jazz, soul, R&B, etc. The theatrical arts is big in the community, and there's a quote that explains why someone is in the arts, and it says, "I want to show my people how beautiful they are." Love that. I left the African American Museum, and I thought it was really good. Highly recommend. I thought it told like a really comprehensive story of the history and culture back then, all the way from the beginning of the slave trade to modern times. I love how it highlights so many like highlights and like, you know, other than the struggles of modern day culture and society of African American people. I learned a lot, and I thought the exhibits are really cool, really well done design wise and quality wise. And it was like a lot of broad range of like educational information. And what like kind of hit home for me was the Chicago exhibit a little bit, because it did like go into the details of like why Chicago it is in terms of the neighborhoods being really highly segregated. And I kind of learned a lot from that. So yeah, I'm glad I went. Chocolate chip cookie was calling my name, and I'm just craving a matcha latte. I'm kind of in the corner of the coffee shop, so it's like kind of like dark, but I think it's so cute. Oh, I just really needed to sit down. My feet ache, and I just need a break from all the walking and the standing. So I'm happy to be here, and I wanted to journal. I've been waiting to journal all day, so I can't wait to like dig into my cookie and my latte and just get some like thoughts on paper. And yeah, and I'm really excited for the tour tonight, so that's what I'm gonna do afterwards.
The Martin Luther King Jr. Memorial, then the second stop, we're going to the Lincoln Memorial, Korean War Memorial, Vietnam Veterans Memorial, also the Lincoln Memorial. Then the last stop of the night, and we're going to be heading over to Sacred Grounds, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to be going over to Arlington National Cemetery to see the Iwo Jima Memorial. In the meantime, between time, I'm going to give you guys some backstory on these historic landmarks that we're passing in D.C. She blows. This is the Supreme Court, the highest court of the land right here. That used to be the D.C. jail back in the days, right? You're going to see despair crying on the shoulders of history as she reads from the tablet, "They died so that we could live." This was a memorial dedicated to the servicemen of the U.S. Navy that lost their life during the Civil War. Now to the left-hand side, this is the back of the Holocaust Memorial Museum. You can actually enter from this side as well, but this is supposed to be the back side of the Holocaust Memorial Museum, right? Now this building here to the left, this is the Bureau of Engraving and Printing. This is where they make the only bills that I like, the green ones. This is where they print money every single day, right? All the banks used to be able to print money up until the creation of the Federal Reserve. That's when the buck stopped. Right now, there's only two buildings now that can print money. One is right here to the left. The other is in Fort Worth, Texas. On East Potomac Park, that's where you'll see the Japanese lantern. Once they light up that lantern, that marks the start of Cherry Blossom Festival.
Hey everyone, happy Sunday. I'm ready to get this day started. It's my last full day here. Last night's tour really helped me figure out what sites I want to prioritize. And so yeah, I can't wait to show you around. And yesterday's tour was super worth it to go to. The tour guide, he brought in the energy, he brought in the comedy, the jokes, really uplifting the mood. And it was super entertaining. And he was like constantly just spitting out facts and realness. I really enjoyed it, and it was super cool just to like see so many things in a short amount of time. And some facts that stood out to me, or like I remembered, is that there's actually intentional directions of how monuments, memorials, and buildings face each other. There's like messaging behind that, which is super interesting and just super, I don't know, I thought it was very like thoughtful and mindful of how people have built that. And also buildings here on the shore side. So if you're from Boston as well, like me, the buildings are shorter compared to like somewhere like Chicago. The buildings in Chicago are super tall. And here they're on the shorter side like Boston. And it's actually because there's like a height limit. It can't be any taller than the Washington Monument, I think. And they restrict the height to be not any longer than the block it's on. I think that's what the guide said. And yeah, you will notice that buildings here are super wide. And the last thing I learned is that there's a difference between monuments and memorials. So memorials are erected after someone's like passing and just honor that person after their passing. And a monument is erected like before someone's passing, so the person hasn't passed away yet when it was created or established. So yeah, those are things that I learned, and I'm ready to get my day started. So I'll see you guys later. This is the U.S. Capitol, and at the very top, I'm trying to see if I can zoom in. That's the Lady of Freedom. Oh, this is just like amazing. I'm kind of afraid to step closer because there's like security guards. Not a lot, but I don't want to get yelled at. But damn, the details are so pretty. It's like Roman, Grecian with, I don't know, colonial. I don't know how to describe it, but it is so pretty. And it's huge. It's like a castle, kind of like a mansion. Well, not just a mansion, but yeah, you know what I'm trying to say. That's the Library of Congress. I'll come back for her one day and go in and just, I don't know, sit, read, journal. But yeah, it's closed. I spot the headstone of Benjamin Franklin, or head bust, or whatever you call it. Whoa. I just can't get over how today the parks here are everything. This is like a paradise for nature in the city, like seriously. I am astounded by all the plants and just the greenery here. I keep on saying that. Well, I keep on telling myself that. I don't know how many times I said it in this vlog, but yeah, it's quite incredible. So much space and land. This incredible building is the Smithsonian Museum of Native Americans. There was a large exhibit that showcased how Native American imagery is ingrained in modern-day U.S. culture, and there was a personal section of the museum allowing visitors to share how they notice Native Americans are acknowledged in everyday life, which I thought was incredibly interesting and introspective. So here are some comments that people wrote. Alicia from Philadelphia writes, I spent 3 weeks in the Navajo Nation doing service, learning, and college. We did very little service and more learning instead. We were taught to listen and learn before trying to fix or serve. That was a very profound lesson indeed. Someone who sounds like they are Native American writes that they are often asked, where are you from? Here. That's their answer. I'm always been from here. Aaron Alexander says, when I walked in the museum, I started to cry. I am feeling all the heartache of my ancestors, Sac and Fox Nation. I loved how there was a dedicated exhibit to Pocahontas. Here the quote says, Pocahontas didn't save John Smith, she saved America. There was a major exhibit dedicated towards how the U.S. has broken treaties and promises that they made to Native Americans over and over again, time after time, throughout history, all the way up until now. It's still going on. And back then, the government pushed out Native Americans to take over their land, and this has created what we see as Native American reservations. And back then, the government called Native Americans as uncivilized, and this is their way of justifying their actions of kind of erasing Native Americans from American land. And Native Americans have to continuously fight for what they promised, especially violations today towards their reservations. After the Native American Museum, I did a quick pop over to one of the art museums, and the architecture and interior design of the building was stunning and breathtaking. It caught my eye more than anything else within the museum, and I did a little unexpected and spontaneous visit to one of the live performances that they had at the museum. is like where they conserve all the artwork here. That is so cool. Hey everyone, so as you can see, I'm in my hotel right now. It is a little past 6:30 and I'm calling it a day, kind of early today. I'm kind of tired and yeah, I just want to chill. I'm gonna reserve most of like the outdoor walking or sightseeing for tomorrow, and I'm gonna kind of speed it up by going for a run. I've been meaning to go for a run in the city. It's like a perfect like city layout to run in because like all the nature and stuff like that, and great like running paths. So I think it's gonna be a good time to do that, and the weather should be clearer and nicer hopefully and warmer. So I think that'll be like a perfect time. And so let's just do like a mini recap of today of like the museums, what I thought about them. So the Native American Museum, I really did enjoy learning like the history, like this these are the things that I learned in school, I feel like, but I just didn't retain it back then. So it was good to get like a debrief of it again and get the perspective from Native Americans and see all the artifacts. One huge component that was missing for me at the museum was learning about modern day culture of Native Americans and how they live their lives today and what their just lives look like. I wish I got insight on that. I felt like I got a lot of that at the African American Museum, and I felt that museum was a lot more comprehensive than this one. But I thought it was still great to check out. And so yeah, that's what I got out of today. A lot of like deep history learning, and the art museum was great too. I just kind of fast forwarded like the art museum. Like I just like popped in and out like pretty quickly. I didn't really spend too much time there. Not like huge art person, to be honest, but I love aesthetics and pretty sights, and the buildings themselves and the interior design architecture actually stood out to me more than the actual art pieces that the museums had. I thought the structures of the actual buildings and how they just like decorated everything was beautiful. Oh, it was so pleasing to the eye, and I was like so captivated by that. So yeah, I love that part. And yeah, I just spent in most of my day at those like museums and just like walking around, getting the seeing the sights of the most iconic places today that I've been missing. So I think I'm just gonna grab some dinner foodie things today. Speaking of foodie things, I feel like DC isn't really inspiring me to search out for foodie spots compared to like say like Chicago or New York or LA. There aren't many exciting things for me to try or wanting to go to be honest. Yeah, it's just like not a foodie destination for me, to be honest. It's more like sightseeing and just like learning and attractions and stuff like that for me. Yeah, I'll see you guys later, and I'll talk to you guys more tomorrow. Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. It's my official last day in DC, and I'm ready to make the most of it. I'm about to enter the Vietnam War Memorial, and this is amazing. There's a book of names at the entrance of those who are being honored. The wall is so minimalistic, but I already like felt like chills like walking through it. I felt so much like sadness too. This is the Korean Veteran War Memorial. The Pool of Reflection. Wall of Remembrance. And there's this spanning wall of all the names of all the veterans who are being memorialized. Martin Luther King Jr. Memorial. Hey everyone, I just want to add a quick ending to this vlog. Sorry for getting this out so late, this end of May, and I went to the trip beginning of May, so it's a long time coming. But I just wanted to say I really enjoyed my trip, and I really enjoyed all the opportunities to learn about our history and about other cultures. That was what I really wanted to take away from this trip, and I'm glad I had those opportunities. And I would definitely go back to the city again. It's beautiful, and there's like so much to learn and so much to immerse yourself in. There are a lot more sites that I haven't been able to visit, such as the Arlington Cemetery and the Holocaust Museum, which I would really love to like visit and learn more about and just get, really connect myself more with. And so yeah, hope you enjoyed my experience, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.